MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. Candace is at a remote location this morning.
I am.
And let me be honest, I don't feel the best, so it's best I just stay away from everybody.
Yes.
And until I figure out what I got, and let's hope it's not the big C word, we'll do it this way. We'll come up with a different way tomorrow. And I'm going to call a doctor here in a little bit and see if they can check me out.
Yes. I think that's the best thing. Your health comes first. So we need to get that seen about. But I was trying to watch the show, but I don't know if I'm getting feedback or you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you perfect.
Okay. All right. So
everything's great. So how are you today?
I'm good. I'm just, kind of watching it rain and the wind blow. I know it's going to get worse though, huh?
Yeah, our winds will come in from 10 a till about 5 p in the afternoon. We got a midday wind issue in our neck of the woods. So it's coming, and expect there to be some power outages. That's going to be a big thing. We're going to talk with Julie Bowles here in just a little bit from EMEPA and get their timeline of what they think. Okay.
Do you know, have you heard anything else about the coastal part down there? I know that my husband, works for AT&T, and he said there's been a lot of damage so far.
That tower that fell in New Orleans, that has put everybody's phone out. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that, but I did see where you said the power?
No, the tower that has cell phones on it.
And, no, I did not see that. But I just saw where they were out of power all through New Orleans. Yeah.
And so they've got a problem now. You can't call 911. They got issues, and they're saying just walk up to a policeman if you see him if you need help.
Yes. Oh, goodness. That's awful.
That's a mess that they've got in New Orleans right now.
It is. They just they get hit over and over, it seems like, every time one of these things comes through. But we just hope and pray that everybody's safe down there. And
it could have been worse for us. This thing would have went east. It would be devastating for us. Now, at the last minute around lunch yesterday, it did take a right turn to where it was going to be on the west side of Vicksburg originally. And then it moved to the side in between Vicksburg and Edwards, Mississippi, that line. So that brought the Meridian area in to have more issues.
Yeah. Right now, it looks like up here in Martin, the wind is picking up. But, I don't know. I still have hummingbirds flying through there. Can you imagine that in this mess?
I was outside just a minute ago. It was light rain coming down, nothing horrible, and a little breeze. It could be a whole lot worse. And we will get that after a while.
Yeah. I know yesterday we have a lot of issues with our pond, like getting to, overflowing into the yard and stuff.
Right.
And it doesn't drain real good. So my husband got out there and dug out the ditch to try to make sure and take precautions. And I hope everybody is prepared as far as generators and stuff go too, because we knew this was coming for a while. So hopefully everybody's got everything that they need set up, I hope.
Now, when the power goes out, we'll be here to walk everybody through this. Generators ready here, and I also got my backup internet put in again this weekend. So that should carry us to put us back on live. I did.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I did see where there were some power outages already in Hinds County.
Well, let's see.
I think I'd seen that. Yeah.
We're looking at almost 8,600 people in Hinds County. We've got 4,600 in Rankin. As we go across, Scott County's got 1,800 without power, and Newton has 957 without power. Right now, Lauderdale has 8 people without power. And I don't know what caused that, but
probably it could be, it could be the trees that are so weak still from all the other rain that we've had and storms.
We've got 131,000 statewide in Mississippi without power. And most of this is on that western side of Mississippi and then along the Gulfport through those areas at the end of the state there. So it could be worse, as we said.
Yeah. I know they were talking about tropical spin-up tornadoes possible for our area.
That is one of the biggest concerns that we have, being on the east side. They can pop up. And the bad part about those is they do it without little notification. They spin off quickly.
Yeah, that's what I had seen, that they were saying that you just have no, because of the wind being so unstable. I mean, you just don't know when it's going to happen. So, and a lot of them can be rain wrapped too. So that's another issue. So
we spoke with David Sharp last night from Clark County. He's the emergency director there. And he said, and I'm sure they do this in Lauderdale. I just hadn't heard much about it. But down there, they've asked anybody that has a storm shelter to notify them so they can mark it in case something were to ever hit your home. They could come look for you, because cell phones come out. A vehicle can get thrown up against a door or land on top of it.
Yes, it's definitely going to be dangerous if we have something like that happen. So
yeah, as we go toward the coast here, we still down there have flash flood warnings, tropical storm warnings, tropical flood warning again, and then a flash flood watch. Lauderdale County, we get off a little easier. We've got a tropical storm warning and a flash flood watch. Only two things there. As I go to radar here, let's pull up radar where everybody can see what's going on this morning. Let me close this out. This is Meridian. We've got some showers coming up from the south there, right up by the airport, raining out by structural steel as it comes up on the truck stops there. A little bit there in downtown Meridian. As we back out here, we see that it's raining around the hospitals also. Nothing major, but it's more rain there. And as you go to Clarkdale, some rain. As we go into Clark County, it's hit and miss. It's got a pretty good little shower there around Clarkdale High School. As we move over to Jasper County, Montrose up there at the county line, and Bay Springs getting the most rain right now. But nothing horrible yet. But all of that's going to change as you drop down, as you see this here. Laurel getting pounded right now with showers. So it just goes due south, more rain, more rain, more rain, and we're going to get that.
I think Alabama's going to get a good bit too. Us being on the east side, it's going to be it kind of like really brought Meridian into it and on into Alabama and up, I think.
Yeah, Livingston, Alabama, and these areas are going to see some rain as well today, and they get tied in. As we go over here, we've got flash flood watch and wind advisory there around UWA. So we got a little bit there also over at Kim Waste and all of those areas.
Goodness.
So,
like I told you yesterday, we had some friends that were in Gulf Shores yesterday, and they came home, and he was saying that there was already the water was up to the sidewalks in Gulf Shores yesterday. And then I think they spoke to somebody after they got home, and it was 4 foot of water in the parking lot. So the Gulf Coast is really getting pounded with it.
Let me see if I can pull up Biloxi from the lighthouse and see what's going on there today, of what it looks like. It's wet. As we go to Biloxi here, let me turn that on where everybody will be able to see this. Almost there. Don't give up on me. I got the wrong switch. So bear with me just a moment there as we get everything lined up. I'm not on my A game today.
Well, another news thing that I saw this morning that popped up was the levee. Something, I don't know if it broke or something, maybe the water come over the levee in New Orleans, I think it was, they said.
I've missed that.
So, yeah, it was like in the middle of the night. I think it was a pop-up on my phone, so...
as we got
scary.
The Biloxi, and it's very little traffic going on in Biloxi right now. As you look out, you can't see very far. It's just rain, and more rain in Biloxi this morning. And that's a live view from what they've got going on there. So expect this wet stuff to be pretty much all day as we travel around with that. So we've got more of that on the way. Don't forget it, because it. I wish I had calmer words to say to everybody, but I just don't. It's going to happen.
I think the main thing is everybody just needs to stay safe and, if you're in a home where you have a lot of trees over it and there's another place you can go, that's probably the best thing you can do. Just take precautions.
Yeah, that is it. And we've said several times about if you've got those limbs over your home, don't stay in those rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I got an issue that I need to do here. So, you know how it is when you're live, there's an issue, you just got to take care of it. So, my apologies.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that'll come back here in just a second. All right.
On another note, all the stuff in Afghanistan, I don't know if you've been watching lately. It's just getting worse and worse.
I've been primarily weather.
Oh, I know you have. I know.
What have you got for us on that?
Well, I mean, I just see where they say that rockets have targeted U.S. troops as Afghanistan withdrawal enters the final stage. I think there was that bombing the other day at the airport, and the 13 Marines were killed, and that was tragic, very tragic. I don't think that Biden is really doing enough as far as trying to console people about his decisions that he's made. It just kind of, I don't know.
It ain't good.
No, it is not good at all. I know yesterday I was watching that interview where they said that he made a mistake and called on a Fox reporter. And of course, that reporter was like, this many soldiers have not been killed, or no American soldiers have been killed in the last so many years or something in Afghanistan. And now we have 13 Marines dead under your watch. And you said the buck stops with you. So do you take responsibility for it? And he said that he took responsibility for everything, but he really just minimizes the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just really doesn't. It's like he'll say he takes responsibility, but then he kind of pawns it off on it's somebody else's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of their way to go.
That's what
every
he
time.
does. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to call.
And then, of course, he ends the interview. He ends the press conference and walks off. So
he does. All right, I'm going to call you back in just a moment. We're going to call Julie Walker with EMEPA and have her on, and then I'll call you back in just a little bit.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Candace. I'll call you back in a moment.
All right.
All right, let's go to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, where there's always a great thing going on. If you need some help there, they've got pine straw to put around your stuff. As we get ready for fall season, and this is quick, it's coming, getting ready for fall, making sure you have got your home ready there in the gift shop. Lots of things to choose from. Deer cameras, that's what we're focusing on at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. If you have not been and gotten everything that you need for deer season, drop in. They've got seed, feed, fertilizer, and a whole lot more. Anything to do with deer hunting, they've got it. From boots, you also got the triple grip, which is the bag contains the corn, roasted soybeans, and peanuts. If you hadn't tried this before, deer love them. See that? That's one of the new products they got. Also, they've got flashlights. I'm the world's worst about losing one of those. Dog toys and any type of repellent that you may need to get rid of insecticides, fertilizer, all of that, including triple clean wheat. Yep, check that out. See them at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Guns, ammo, and a whole lot more. It is the Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
Coming home from work, I was involved in a multi-car wreck. I never saw it coming. It was obvious that I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home. And if you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
I'm Laura from Columbus, Mississippi, and it took one call and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $250,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
As we go back, Julie Walker with EMEPA joins us this morning. And Julie, can you tell us what y'all are expecting today?
Well, Scotty Ray, so far we have not seen as much as we originally were expecting. But of course, we've got the worst of what we're going to see coming in later today. Currently, we have about 170, slightly over 170 members without power. That is primarily in Clark County, but we do have some in Lauderdale and Winston County as well. Those have just within the past hour, those have lost power. Overnight, we did well without many outages. We do have crews that are working on those 172 that we have out right now. And we have all of our crews ready to respond today to whatever we may see.
So you're saying that it's possible that it may not be as bad as we originally thought for Lauderdale County.
That's possible. So far it has not. We've not seen what we expected to see overnight. But as the day progresses, it looks like we're going to get some heavier winds and stronger winds coming our way later in the day. Around starting really probably within the next 45 minutes to an hour and throughout the afternoon. So we'll see how we fare through that and those winds. But so far, it's not been too bad for our area.
I've got your outage map pulled up, and the Enterprise area shows 127 around Meridian 29, and then when you go up to Noxapater, about 16 people.
That's right. And we do have crews deployed to those outages right now. So we do have folks in each of those areas that is working to get that power restored.
So we could come out of this, as the old sayings, like sunshine before it's all said and done.
We sure hope so, but you never know. We're ready to respond, and we just encourage people to to stay off the roads. Don't be out if you don't have to be. I was out some this morning, and it is that we've got a lot of water, a lot of heavy rain, and more coming. So just if you don't have to be out, then it's a good time to just stay home. And not be out on the road. All
right, let's talk, if you got a second, to talk about generators, an important thing that y'all deal with every day. Let's talk about the do's, don'ts, because there's a lot of people that got these parked under the garage right now and are ready to fire them up.
That's right. And some of the most important things to remember when it comes to generator safety, especially with all of the water and all of the rain that we are seeing, do not run your generator sitting in standing water. It does not need to be, if your carport is flooding or you see water rising, you need to find somewhere else to put that generator. It does not need to run in standing water. You also need to keep it away from doors or windows. It needs to be in a well-ventilated area. So if you have an enclosed garage, that is not the place for your generator. Another safety tidbit that we need to make sure that people understand when it comes to generators is not to plug your generator into the meter of your home. It can backfeed power back onto the line on our power lines, and can be deadly to our line workers.
Yeah, that's very serious.
That it is. You need to if your generator is plugged into the meter of your home, it needs to have been installed by a certified electrician. They know what they're doing. They know how to install the proper transfer switches that it takes to do that. So it's not something that we can the general public can do on their own. So,
and we're looking from y'all's, as I am, about 10 a.m. is when the winds will start to pick up in our area. That's what y'all got. That's right. Yeah. Through this afternoon, and if we fare well, a lot of our friends to the south, the electric co-ops and Coast Electric, Pearl River Valley Electric, Magnolia Electric, they are all seeing extensive damage to their systems, and we could be sending crews to provide assistance as early as this evening or tomorrow morning if our system sustains well through this afternoon. Well, let's hope it does. Absolutely. I hope we got scared for no reason there. That's what I'm betting on. That's right. It's always better to be prepared, but so far we're faring well. Okay. Well, Julie, I appreciate you joining us this morning to give EMEPA's outlook on this. 172 people without power, and y'all are working to restore that right now. We sure are. All right. I'll be back in touch with you at some point today and talk to you more. Sounds good. Thank you, Scotty Ray. All right. Thanks so much, Julie. Julie Walker Bowles. I always try to use her maiden name. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't help that. But a great girl. All right. Candace is going to join us back here. And you can hear that. Hello. All right. You're back live with us, Candace, and we appreciate that. Yeah. And maybe you heard what Julie had to say there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she said it wasn't as bad as they had expected right now so far. And that's a blessing. Now, Jackson, Mississippi is a whole different ball game. They're taking direct hits over there with all of this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, my daughter actually had a doctor's appointment over there today, and I'm glad they canceled that because I'd have been a nervous wreck about her going over there. I would imagine. But yes,
goodness. I just hope that it doesn't get as bad. I mean, but it's always best to be prepared,
Yes.
for the worst, and it not happen, then not be prepared. So
I was looking at radar to make sure we've got a tornado warning now, and let's put, not locally. Don't let me just scare anybody, but as we pull this up, this is around northwest of Pensacola, Milton, Florida, as we look at this.
Oh, goodness.
So they've got a tornado warning that's just been issued until 9 a.m. this morning, and that looks to be moving north there. So if you're watching from there or have friends and family.
I have friends there in Milton.
Oh, really? Small world.
Yes, I do. They used to live here and they moved there. So, yeah, one of my good friends and her family all live down there.
And what we look on this is you'll see this is the eye back over here, way over here, the eye. Mm-hmm. And then you pull over here. This is where it's throwing tornado warnings. That's a long way from the eye. And that's where it comes from on the east side. And you go up, and that could throw them in Alabama. You could throw them right here in the Meridian areas also.
Right. I hope we don't get, any bad stuff. It's just scary.
Yeah, we're trying to bet the farm that we're going to be safe and this will pass. Mm-hmm. We certainly hope so. So you got a chance to go camping this weekend?
We did. We went camping. It was we went on Friday and came back yesterday morning super early. We got up and packed up because we weren't sure what time the weather was going to be getting bad or what we were going to see. But it really was not a bad weekend. It rained a little bit, but it was mainly just breezy. And it wasn't as hot. So, but it turned out to be nice. It was a trip that the site had been booked for a month or so, if not longer. And we just decided to try to go on, and we thought it'd be good to just, take that time and get away after the week we'd had before and stuff going on. But it turned out to be a good trip. So that was nice. And we went in our camper for the first time.
Well, how'd you like it?
It was good. It was really nice. It really was. It was kind of like just being at home, away from home. So nicer than the other one where we didn't have as much room. So.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
I'm looking here to the south. We've got warnings going off somewhere down. I'm making sure it's not Lauderdale right now. I think we're good here. But warnings to the south. Is what we've got, mm-hmm. and that's on the coast is what we've got. Nothing local right now,
okay.
which is good.
I'm looking up here. The rain is really picking up here, and the wind.
So, and expect that the Meridian area is going to. And that's those bands that are passing the city limits of Meridian right now and going that direction. So.
Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of school, our school closed, and I guess there was a lot of school closings, and I know you posted those on there, but most of the colleges, MCC, EMCC, and all of Holmes College, I think, those were all closed.
Let me pull that
most
up.
of the local schools also.
Yeah, let me pull those up and go over those for everybody. The odds are if you are not there now, they know about it. But let's go over them just the same so everybody will know about that. Right. Closings, East Central Community College, Leake Academy, also Leake County Schools, MCC, EMCC, and Scuba, Holmes County College, Morton Koch Chicken Plant, that's closed today. Also, Choctaw Tribal Schools, along with Meridian Public Schools. We've got Enterprise Schools closed today. Also, Newton County, Neshoba County, Dream Come True Child Care. I'm already stuttering, aren't I? BJ's Tire Down Equipment Schools. Russell Christian Academy has closed. Union Public Schools is closed up. Also, Lauderdale County Schools. Jones Junior College is closed. Quitman City Hall is going to be closed today. Douglas Orthodontics is closed today. Potter's Wheel, Dean Plumbing, also Nanawaya, Clarkdale. Also, the Clark County Courthouse is closed today. Tyson's Food in Carthage is closed. Kemper Academy closed yesterday afternoon for today. Clark County Landfill is closed. The Meridian Stockyard is closed. Poplar Springs Daycare. Lamar School is closed. Meridian Mattress Factory. Louisville Municipal School District, Kemper County Schools, also Highland Baptist Church Daycare, Jones Cleaners, Meridian Medical Associates, Mississippi State closing all campuses for today. Newton Academy, Northcrest Baptist Preschool is closed. Scott County Schools, UWA and Livingston also shut down. CL Metal Fab is closed, along with Al's Garden and Gift is also closed. So they're seeing what the storms are going to do first before they come back in and make an announcement.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody will be able to go back in tomorrow, and we look at this as it could have been bad, and it's not really.
Yeah. Is it going to come? I wonder, well, I guess there's no way to tell exactly what it's going to do, but is tomorrow supposed to be a little calmer, or is it just going to kind of go in? I know some of these things can drag on, for a few days.
What we've got today is 100% chance of showers, high of 77, 15 to 25 mile an hour steady winds, and then gust up to 40. And at first they were telling us today we would have steady winds at 40. That's a game changer.
Yeah.
Because, yesterday morning I made a really big deal out of, because the winds were lower, and I was saying, don't worry. Then they changed it. So it's better to be safe than sorry and go with their forecast. So let's hope it sticks to this and it really doesn't get bad. 2 to 3 inches of rain during the daytime today. Now, tonight, we'll get into a 90% chance of rain before 11 o'clock. So it gets a little better there, 90% chance. And we could now only get 1 inch to where we were looking at 3 inches of rain for tonight. Tomorrow looks a whole lot better, 60% chance of showers tomorrow after 1 p.m. So it really clears up by Tuesday night. We're down to a 20% chance of rain. And Wednesday, it's only a 30% chance. So we're doing a whole lot better.
Yes. Well, that is good. But like I said earlier, the worry to me is the trees coming down with just even a 20-something mile an hour wind or 30 mile an hour wind.
It can
that's
cause that.
Worrisome. Yeah, because it's been so much rain. I mean, and then more rain even weakens the root system even more. So it could bring the trees down easily,
As we look at this out around the Piggly Wiggly, we look at this raining hard at Joe's place. Also over at Tyson's veterinary clinic is raining real hard. And this stretches right over here to Oktibbe Lake is where we've got the showers. And it cuts up and goes a little bit north there toward Chet's Paint and Body. Rain approaching Chet's right now. So he'll be wet here in the next few minutes.
Let's see. I was trying to see we were talking about if you want to take a break for just a second from the weather and go into the Afghanistan stuff.
Okay.
I saw where there's been like 117,000 evacuated since they started. And majority of those are Afghan citizens. And I understand. I understand the whole idea of let's help the people in Afghanistan, but what about the Americans? I want to.
Have you got any idea how many we got left, Americans in there?
I don't right at this moment. I know yesterday I thought they said there was several hundred, maybe even 1,000 something over there. But this is. Go ahead.
Well, the bad part is they gave them a list of the Taliban, the bad folks. They gave them the list of everybody where they lived and said, "Come on." That's like giving somebody a death sentence. Who would do that?
Well, I mean, this administration, common sense just really left the building, I think, when they went into office. It's just not, it doesn't even make sense why they would do something like that. I mean, you have to, it's kind of like nothing is well thought out. Nothing that they do is well thought out. And if it is well thought out, they just don't care. I don't understand it. And all these, I understand that they want to help the Afghanis and get them out and everything. But our American people and our soldiers and people who were over there as missionaries and all that, they need to be got out. And I would have thought that would have been a first priority, is to get our Americans home and then help people. And it says that there's thousands in transit that have been removed from Afghanistan, all of these Afghani citizens. They're in transit, and some of them are put in hubs in Europe and the Middle East just waiting to come to the United States. And a lot of them, it says, had existing immigration applications pending for months and years. So they had, planned to come to the U.S. and were trying to get out. They had the paperwork, but still, I think that the U.S. citizens should have come as a priority. Don't you think? I mean, what do you think?
I agree with you 100% on that. Our people should be, and it shouldn't have been done that way. They should have been, before they announced that they were going to leave, they got our people out, in my opinion.
Well, and left some military there, like they said, left some troops there to help out, other than the ones that are more than what's there,
Right.
And I just still don't understand the trusting of the Taliban. I mean, because look what's happened now to our Marines over there, the bomb. But they're expecting a lot more of that to happen. And they're expecting another, I mean, they said that, with the anniversary of 9/11 coming up, they're expecting more attacks on the U.S. So let's hope that doesn't happen, but it's still a scary thing.
It's very scary.
And it's just,
and by now, we're starting to see the pictures of the 13 guys. I posted a few of them on my page there. Young kids is what they are.
Oh, yeah. I saw a picture of a mother just weeping at the casket of her child. I just can't even imagine.
Sad. And I don't have much of this, and I just thought I'd bring up a couple of things. Do you remember a song called Sailing? Christopher Cross, Sailing? That was number one back in 1980. Gosh, who would have thought that was 1980 that happened? One of my, and I have to put this up at the top of my list of most favorite song in the entire world. Hank Williams, and he was in Cincinnati, Ohio. He walked into a studio and recorded the greatest song, or close to it, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. That was
a hit.
Of course, they used that in the movie with Ernest T. Beverly Hillbillies, the remake of that. Also, Hank Snow was number one back in 50 with "I'm Moving On." Who doesn't remember that one? So a couple.
I do. I know that's hard to believe that I do remember a song that you.
That was a good little toe tapper there that they had back in the day.
Yes.
Let me check here and see what our totals are now as we look at our area here. If there's anything new come out for Clark County, I think has gone up in numbers. Yeah, Clark County has. Let's pull this up. So the wind is picking up in Clark County right now, and power is starting to go out. If you're watching, we'd love to hear from you. If you still got power in Clark County, we'd love to hear from you. Here is that right there. We've got 127 people east of Quitman. We got 76 over here at Stonewall, 2 south of Meridian, and then 16 in Knoxpeta, bringing the total to 222 out on EMEPA. Statewide, let's pull that up and go back and look at the outages of what everybody's got. As we look at Mississippi as a total 131,766, 1,087,623,000 without power in Louisiana. That is some kind of power outage out.
Yeah, yesterday I'd heard that all of New Orleans was out of power, like the whole city.
Yeah, and if you look at this, and I've got the map pulled up now of New Orleans, it is just covered. It goes over west there to St. Mary's Parish. It starts breaking up, 786. We've got 50 people here, but this entire New Orleans area, nothing, no power, right up to where it joins Mississippi.
I cannot imagine. I can't imagine how they are still existing after being hit so many times. I mean, because it's under it's such a low level. I mean, I don't see how, they've withstood all the flooding that they've had. That was awful with Katrina hit,
And then, we had some folks over back toward Lake Charles a couple years back that got hit hard. And not everything is back to normal yet from that. They've got some issues there. Let's go back as we go back to Biloxi. Let me pull this up. This is interesting. Still flooding with no one on the road down in Biloxi. The entire time that I've had this on the back screen here, looking at this, no one has passed. So they've either all evacuated or they're in shelter at their house right now. So interesting there.
Goodness. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up some cameras in South Mississippi. See what's going on down that way. Maybe I can get something and see what's going on down there. Maybe it's a possibility. I should have had this pulled up beforehand, but I did not. So shame on me. let's go to Crystal Springs. Is where this is, and I'm not seeing Nair Soul in Crystal Springs either. As we let me get back over here where everybody can see. Right there, Crystal Springs. There goes one, but it's very, very little traffic in the state of Mississippi. Crystal Springs. As we go down, let's close that and go down a little bit further. All right, this is going to be the Hattiesburg area. Let's see what's going on in Hattiesburg. And Hattiesburg, nada, nothing on the roads right now. No one's moving there. So that's interesting. I don't see trees on the road. I hadn't seen anything like that. As we go up a little north of there, nothing there. Let's go on up. This is going to be just on the other side. There's a couple cars there, but not much going on down that way. Everybody's off the road in the state. Now, we still don't have any traffic cameras in the Meridian area. There's talk that MDOT is going to add some, but they have not done that yet. Now, let's go over to Jackson, that area there, and take a look at what we've got. All right, let's see what I-20 has for us. Let's go to Brandon here. Yeah, same thing in Jackson. Not seeing any cars on the road there. Let's go over to Pearl. Let's take a look there. A little bit of traffic there, downtown Pearl. One or two cars. Nothing major, though. Okay,
I was going to say in Meridian, we had one of our watchers, John Ellis, says there's a tree down on 20th Street near Highland Park in Meridian. So everybody needs to be careful.
Avoid that area if you can. And again, we've Beechwood. Let's look at Vicksburg. I think we got one here at the river that we can take a look at. That's looking at the old bridge there. There's nothing going to be happening there. And that's nothing. They must have a camera down. Let's look at Vicksburg coming into that. Again, very little traffic, Vicksburg as well. A lot of rain. I'm not seeing the trees bowing. So, again, we're in good shape right now. But I do expect some power to go out in the Vicksburg area all the way to Jackson at some point. It's a little bit more traffic coming into Vicksburg from Louisiana. Some 18-wheelers there. So this is what we've got this morning, and I doubt this is going to be up, but I'm going to try to pull up Louisiana and see what we can get out of that. It won't hurt to try, but I really doubt that their Wi-Fi is working at all down in the New Orleans area. All right.
Gosh, I feel for those people who have absolutely no way to communicate other than just with the people that's with them. I mean,
Yeah.
It's scary.
As we zoom in here, let's just go down to New Orleans and see what we can see. They got 7 cameras here. Let's just click one and see what, no live camera at this time. Nope. Let's go up, maybe after we get out of town. No. Let's go to Baton Rouge and see if we've got anything. No. It looks like the entire Louisiana. Here's one camera that is working in Baton Rouge. Let's go back to that. Bunch of rain is what I'm showing on it. A little bit of traffic there in Baton Rouge. It's coming along. So,
okay. Dwayne Phelps says that can you check Canton? He has family there.
Camera wise, okay.
I guess Canton, Mississippi.
Let's go back over here. Let's see if there's any cameras in the Canton area.
Okay.
That's going to be up here in this northern part. Here's Canton. Let's pull this up. Yeah, I see one car coming. Nothing major, but nobody's on the road except this one fella here trying to get a cheeseburger somewhere.
Okay.
And it was a.
Let me go out and get me one more meal before we get shut up in the house.
Actually, I have to take that back. It was the power company headed somewhere. But goodness. Those meals are important there for our friends out to the west there. So, as we look at all of this, and we've gone through that, let me get rid of that. Everybody's already looked. at our closings. If you've got a new closing, we'd love to hear from you. You can inbox me, let me know all about it, so we can tell everybody about your mishap not going to work. If this turns into anything tonight, if you feel like you're going to be closed, make sure to do that. All right, let's turn our thoughts toward our friends out at Freeman Tractor and go out there. And, of course, they got a lot of lawnmowers. Yep. You can drop in and see Buttermilk. You can also see Cole. They'll help you out there as they take care of everybody with lawnmowers, whether you're looking for an Exmark or you want to go on for the number one brand in America, the Skag. They cut great. Cut the time in half. If you've never owned a zero turn, they'll go about 17 miles an hour. As we look at the cab and air-conditioned tractors, they're cool. You'll love those. Complete line of those tractors there with bush hogs. If you're getting ready for deer season and your disc has had better days, talk to them today. Rumor is there's going to be some tillers coming in also. I know everybody likes them. That really puts that little touch to it. You got forks, you've got the benchies, great financing on it as well. If you're looking for one, the $550, the $750, any type you're looking for. See them today at Freeman Tractor. They've got a lot going on there for you, from blades and also belts and things to take care of your mower. See them. That's Freeman Tractor.
I'm Laura from Columbus, Mississippi, and it took one call, and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $250,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
Hurricane season is here, and like most Mississippians, you know the drill. Organize a severe weather safety kit, know how to safely use a generator, and have a plan of action to keep your family safe if a hurricane threatens. And when outages do occur, you can now report and view current outages through our free smartphone app or website at emepa.com. Remember, when storms come in, be ready if the power goes out. East Mississippi Electric Power Association is your local Touchstone Energy cooperative.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we travel through a Monday morning where we're expecting bad weather, and hopefully we're all going to be fine before this is all said and done.
I hope so. I hope everybody stays safe.
I just got a note. If you were planning on having lunch at Harvest Grill, you can't do that. No, they're not going to be there today. They've closed in preparation for it. So make sure to go down and don't go there for lunch because they're going to stay home.
Yeah, because even if you go somewhere, it might come like a lot of rain and you can't get back home. I mean, the roads will tend to flood on a flash flood really quick. So
now we brought up the tree that was down on 20th Street and 41st Avenue. Yeah, we got that. That was sent in also. I'm looking to see what else we got here. Right now, that's up to date on the latest of trees down and the power that we've got. So more to come on that as we come about. So if you've got one of those, make sure to send that to us so we can tell everybody about it. All right. As we look at what's going on across the nation, we want everybody to understand this because there's bad people in this world. And when a storm comes, not so good people show up at your door knocking on it. And they want to repair things on your house, and they want the money up front to go buy the materials. And you give them $2,000 to $3,000 to go down and buy the lumber, and then they never come back. So do not get caught up in this mess where people rip you off and steal from you. Make sure it's somebody that your friend knows that's used somebody. That's just horrible to take advantage of people. And there's a lot of that goes around.
Yes, it is. I had to learn the hard way on a few things, Yeah. And also, if you pay somebody by the hour to do something, they can take as long as they want to.
Stretch it out a little bit is what you're saying.
Yeah, even on little small repairs that you thought would be done in a few hours, they can take 11 hours to do it. So, yeah, be aware of stuff like that, too.
Yep. There's always some type of scam. There's going to be people trying to get money. Now, something that we're going to bring up, and she's going to come in and talk with us as soon as I know that I'm well and people can be around me. The horses that the Clydesdale that were tied to the city limits in Meridian, they're trying to start a GoFundMe page to where those horses can be bought from the city and taken care of from now on. And we'll have more information on that in the next week or so. And again, I'd have them in, but I don't want to get anybody sick. I want to make sure I'm okay.
Yes.
So we got that going on.
And we hope you are okay. Goodness.
It was, do you remember the Rocky scene where he was trying to run up the stairs at the courthouse and he couldn't make it to the top? Yeah, that was me trying to get up the staircase to the studio this morning. I had to sit down. With my coffee and rest a little bit till I got to. Then I got my breath again. And I went on. I said, something ain't right.
Yeah, and it's not like like you.
And I truly believe it is the C word, that nasty word. Yeah.
And if so, I mean, you need to really take it easy with that because you need all the rest you can get. So
I'm wanting a shot.
Yeah.
Something make you feel better, but I'll find out. But that's how that goes. And I'll if it is something,
you definitely might need to. If it is that, need to go get an infusion. Like I said, so
that's pretty easy to do now, isn't it? The infusion.
My mother said that it wasn't anything to it. She just sat there. It's like I guess like a drip. Oh. And it's kind of like a drip thing, I think, going into your but then I think John said the other day when he was on that there's also shots. They do it in a shot form now, maybe. I don't know. But she did the infusion by like a drip. And she said she felt so much better after she got it done.
Well, I like feeling better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try that. I did get that swab this weekend. It was negative, but I don't know more believe that than a man in the moon.
Well, like I said, it was the quick test. So if you don't have it sent off, the PCR test is the one that is sent off, and usually you get it back in a couple of days. And I know you can go online and check your results too and get them back quicker. So that's, to me, that's always a good backup thing because, like, they are not the quick tests. I call them quick tests. I'm sure they're not called that, but those tests are not always accurate. I've always heard if you're negative, you still possibly could be positive, but if it comes back positive, then usually it's positive. So,
right. Somebody sent us wanted to know how many people are out of power around the Hattiesburg area, and I'm showing 1,112 without power in the Hattiesburg area at this point. As you move over toward Covington County, they got 2,100. As you go to Jefferson Davis County, 1,320. Again, the state of Mississippi at 133,339 for power outages right now. Bless you.
Okay. Yes.
That happened. So that's where we are. I was looking to see if we had any other comments there that we needed to address. If you've got a question, we'd love to hear from you. Sideways rain on 12th Street in Meridian. We got, thank you to John Ellis for passing that along. I'm going down the list here as we go. Do we have any tornado watches in Lauderdale County? No, we don't. We just got the acts. It could happen at any time, but we do not have we're not in a watched area in Lauderdale County at all at this point. That may change later, but not yet. As we go, I was pulling that back up just to make sure. I would hate to lie to somebody.
Well,
you know how that is.
Yes, stuff changes all the time, though.
Yeah. Lauderdale County still tropical storm warning and flash flood as we pull this up. That's what's going on there. Now let's look at this. This looks kind of serious over here west of Jackson. We're starting to. Here's Meridian. This is Bay Springs. Bay Springs is reporting a possible tornado there. Tropical storm. Trees were blown down on County Road 16, Highway 531 at the Jasper-Smith County line. So we've got something that happened there. Some heavy winds. It may not have been an actual tornado, but winds there just west of Bay Springs there. Now, as we go over to Jackson, we've got some more of this. Let me pull this up. Go back up. All right. At Brandon now. Let's go here. We've had tropical storm, trees down, power lines were blown down on Shallow Road near the park. It was reported on social media. That's in Brandon. Right.
Is that near that? Is that near that amphitheater place?
It can't be that far.
I think. Yeah.
Because there's Brandon in those areas.
Okay. Yeah. There's a baseball park right over by there, and that's in Brandon.
All right. North of Flowwood, we've got another issue up here. We've got 54-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That's pretty strong at the Ross Barnett Reservoir. That was reported from the control tower. So they've got a lot going on west of Jackson, and they're going to see more of this. Power is getting ready to just go out in all these areas. Madison, Mississippi, they've got issues up there. 2 trees downed along Gluckstadt Road. That's in Madison. So we're starting to see more to our west. And we'll keep all right, we must have some water. Let's see what this is down in water covered the road at Highway 49 and West Pine Street. It also covered the road at North 28th Avenue and Sims Road via local social media. So they're getting flooding now in the Hattiesburg area of these rain showers that come through this at Laurel. And look at this back down here to Ocean Springs, all this rain. Wow. Lucedale getting a lot of rain as we follow up. Millery, Alabama getting showers. Waynesboro is Shibuda a little bit there. Light showers north of Quitman. And we go back up to Lauderdale County. Still nothing too serious there. Showers throughout Newton County right now as we watch all of that. So there, we're going to get some rain. Don't be shocked when this stuff rolls in, because it is a coming. That will happen. That is on the way. So be ready for it. Let's talk about our friends at the Precast Group. This is a cattle trough for everybody that doesn't know. This is concrete. You never have to worry about it rusting. It won't fall. It won't rust. It won't dry out with wood and fall apart. It's a concrete cow feeder. Pretty neat there. Now, of course, what they specialize in when you get to this is their storm shelters. They've got all these vents to give you air while you're inside. They can bring these out, set it up at your home, put it inside, build you a closet around it, make that your safe room. They weigh 20,000 pounds, and that's secured to your slab if you're building your home. If you've already got your home built, you can do this outside. You can put it where it's easy to get to. Here's one that's outside of factory for workers. This is another one that was put up that's in the ground. We've got plenty of these in the side of the hill. They're great. If you don't own one, talk to them today at the Precast Group. Highway 145, 482-0003. See them today at the Precast Group. They're important this time of year.
Coming home from work, I was involved in a multi-car wreck. It was obvious that I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home. And if you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
And we're back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we travel through what looks to be a very, very wet day. Let me check. I heard some beeps going over here. Let's see what we have going on. The Lauderdale County Animal Shelter will be closed today. So if you were looking at going to adopt a pet or dropping something off at the Lauderdale County Animal Shelter, can't do it today. They are closed. That's good to know. That's added to our list there. Let's see here. Mississippi Highway Patrol reported due to the extreme weather conditions and the high volume of calls for service, law enforcement and first responders' times will be delayed. Please avoid any travel this morning as Ida has caused down trees and many highways throughout Mississippi. And then that's got a big picture of what's going on there across the state there. So be careful. Let's see. And I mentioned that Harvest Grill is closed today.
Yes. There's probably a lot of the restaurants, I would imagine, that are closed. If I come across any more, I will definitely send it to you to post.
All right, I was looking to see if we had anything locally with the Highway Patrol here in Lauderdale County, if they've posted anything. No, nothing extra there. All right, let me ask this. You just sent me a picture.
Lord.
What is this?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. At first glance, I thought it was a snake. But my husband, was digging. Kurt, he was down there digging the ditch out yesterday and saw it. And so he grabbed it up because, Alden, my son, loves any kind of like bugs and lizards and frogs. And he's constantly playing with stuff like that. It looks like a snake, but it has little bitty legs. I don't know if you can see it up front. You see that?
Yeah.
And I think he called it some kind of mud dog or mud something. I don't know. We found a tiny one like that down in the pond when the water was up in our yard. You could see them. They go down in the ground.
Yeah.
And we found a little bitty one time, and Alden kept it for like 2 or 3 days. But this was you can see how big, and it slithers like a snake. So I don't know. If I'd have come across it, I'd have probably had a heart attack.
Well, Candace, I hate to tell you this, but you really have big hands.
That's not my hand.
Candace, you need to really work on that. Have you had a manicure lately?
The skirt's hands. Well, and I've got a video of it when he dropped it. I should have sent that, and you can see how it slithers. I mean, it just looks so much like a snake.
Dwayne Phelps said that's called a mud puppy.
Mud puppy. Okay. I
have never heard that before.
Well, Dwayne, if I had seen that, I'd have probably stomped it to death.
That's like the snake dance.
Oh, yeah.
And there ain't a person alive that hadn't done that, where you think it's a snake and you start jumping to get out of the way. Sometimes it's not.
Oh, I know. But it really would have scared me. But Alden loved it, of course, because he loves all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But anyway, just one of the many things that we come across up here out in the country,
I was looking here, and I'm showing south of the airport. We got gusts of about 35 miles an hour south of the airport right now. Not horrible. And again, that's just gust. It's jumping to that. So we're getting closer. We got an hour before this stuff really gets in of the wind. So that's what we're looking at. We're starting to see this. If you live in that neck of the woods there south of the airport, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Wayne and Dolores Roberts just commented, thanks to all the garbage workers out there, because they really earn their money on days like this. That is so true. I heard ours first thing this morning coming. And it doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees outside. They're going to be running that garbage truck. So we do appreciate everybody who gets out there and does their job, even in the worst of weather. They're
going to be traveling today. The garbage men are still coming. So
yes,
hats off to those fellas. That's serious work there. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's been posting saying they hope I feel better. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Am I off my A game? Yeah. As you can tell, I'm a little sluggish. I'm not running at full speed here. But I will be here through this for this bad weather. I'm going to call to find out if I can get a shot, be tested, whatever it is, and be back as if the threat of weather breaks out. So don't give up on me. I'll do that. And I appreciate you, everybody that posted that. That's so sweet of you. And
yes,
Miss LaWanda said shortness of breath is not good. And I did have that. What do you consider fever? Now, I don't have fever right now, but last night I might have had a little bit.
Yeah, I would think so, Scotty Ray.
What is the line of its serious fever? What is the number? Do you know?
Well, 99 is considered fever, but it's not like a dire, fever. But like if anything above 100, I would say,
Okay.
So what were you?
I'm scared to say it now. This was at 12:45. I woke up and I was sweating some kind of ferocious. It said 103.2. So that didn't sound good. I didn't I didn't wake up Angie and tell her nothing. So that's the way it happened last night.
Yeah, you definitely need to go and get retested. And this is my thing about that. I don't know how much time we have, but like when you get tested and you have a quick test done and you have symptoms of any kind, I'm talking to anybody out there, just go ahead and demand that they do the PCR test, because like I've seen them say, oh, we don't need to do the PCR test. If you start showing any more symptoms, then come back. Well, but I'm like, I would rather do it and know than not,
If I'd have known that, I would have done
that.
Because I'm telling you, I sat in my car for 2.5 hours. It was miserable. So, but I did that, and it was a negative test. But when you start running a little fever, I think that's a game changer.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And again,
I saw 2 or 3 comments on there that they said they had COVID and their test was negative also on that quick one. It kind of makes you feel like, well, what's the use in getting it, if it's not going to be accurate. So,
and $75.
Right. And especially that's the thing is, especially if you're having any kind of symptoms, or if you even think you have a sinus infection, go get checked,
All right, we're coming up on the top of the hour now. We want to say thank you. I want to remind everybody, Scotty Ray's Weather on Facebook. You can also find that on YouTube, and I'll be broadcasting all day. When things get hairy, there's a warning issued. We'll go live to tell you where it is in relation to where you live. So make sure to look me up. Anything that you want to close out with there, Candace? We got about 20 seconds.
I just hope that everybody has a safe day and just, keep an outlook on the weather and don't take any chances. And I hope everybody has a blessed day, too.
All right, Candace, thanks for being understanding and doing this remote with me. We'll be back in some shape, form tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Thank you.
And Scotty Ray, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by